So what's going on, guys? My name is Violent. Welcome to GRIZZombies. This is going to be patch 1.14, dropped a few days ago, and now I got a chance to finally cover it. I beat the main Easter egg of Shaolin Shuffle for DLC 2 of Infinite Warfare Season Pass. Let me know if you guys have beat it as well. It's called Soul Brother, that's the achievement, and that is what we're all just now completing. So moving on into patch 1.14, we got quite a few fixes. You're going to see some gameplay here of the VPR. There was a game update that happened and another general fix that basically went down. So I'm going to explain those first and move into the actual patch, because I didn't feel they were important enough to make separate videos about, so I figured I'd add them in with this next patch note. So to get everything clear and not back up to speed, we'll talk about what happened to the VPR in the last game update, and that went down on 04/17, and the VPR got some adjustments. The recoil and gun kick provide a little more consistency. Damage adjustments fixed a bug that would double up on hit markers, increased clip stock size, decreased reload speed. So, a few things there, and then we had a small update to fix a few back-end issues, and there was no other explanation as to what happened with that game update. And then we had some adjustments that went down on PS4 and Xbox, just simple multiplayer fixes, nothing big. And then we're back to patch 1.14, and what they did pretty much were adjustments to the reload speed of the VPR. So the VPR was looked at again in patch 1.14, and it's one of my favorite weapons. If you guys haven't got a chance to try this yet, highly recommend you do. Go ahead and hit the magic wheel and you'll find it in there, and that's how you'll get the base version, which you can customize eventually once you level it up. But the VPR is just a zombie shredding machine. It's the best weapon in the game. You're never going to have problems with this weapon. There was a game update that happened recently. Not many people know about it, or probably ever will know about it, but Luna, who's a guy that plays with me, noticed that the rat is moving faster. And so we have an actual buff on the rat step of the first part of the Easter egg for Shaolin Shuffle. So you're probably never going to know stuff like this unless you subscribe to my channel. I do all the research for patch notes, and I keep my channel up to date, so that way I know when every time I want to look back at a patch note, I can just double check my video and I know exactly what changed in Zombies. So that's what I bring to the table. I bring the highest quality patch notes that you can find on YouTube. But that's not going to be the end of my video. There's plenty to talk about. I mean, we just beat this Easter egg, and I want to know in the comments below if you guys have beat this Easter egg, because I feel like that's kind of where a majority of people are at, especially if you like zombies. But there's groups of people out there that also don't play this season pass at all. You know, they're still stuck in Black Ops 3, which that's fine. I have high faith in the belief that DLC 5 is actually real and is coming. I'm providing proof on my channel every day. Well, maybe not every day, but a lot of times when it's dropping, I'm researching it just as hard as a lot of you guys out there that are huge fans of it. So if you want actual video evidence as well and want to listen to me try to explain it to you, I mean, I got a very good perspective on this information, so I think you guys will benefit in the long run from subscribing to my information. So enough about me trying to get you guys to subscribe. I just want to talk about zombies, and for the most part where Infinite Warfare is on the grand scope of the season pass right now. So we got 2 more maps to go. We got DLC 3 and we got DLC 4. And then that's it for Infinite Warfare. From what I can gather, it seems like we're heading into some sort of Dracula-like map, maybe the resurrection of Frankenstein in the middle of a zombie apocalypse. I think that would be a rad storyline for these guys to go off of for DLC 3, but hey, I'm just some guy, right? I just think that's a direction it should go in, and like I said, I try to provide a lot of high-quality ideas to this channel because it's my gaming profile, dude. Everything that I post and find on information that I like, but I study the game, you know. Every single day I'm researching these patch notes, and every single game that I'm playing, I tend to find new things that are changing every day, and little things that are tweaked, and that's what's important to me, anyway, is to find what's changing in the game and to keep all you guys updated, and that's what these patch notes provide for the most part. They give me a clue as to where to be looking for changes in the game, in the meta that we're all experiencing. So I'm a real fan of Infinite Warfare Zombies. It's just the hype's so dead, especially from what we got in Zombies in Spaceland, and then in Raven the Redwoods, a continuation of storyline failure. A lot of people acknowledge that. People are getting smarter. and that's no joke. I acknowledge that fact, and that's why I've improved my channel to kind of go with the times. I've evolved. Now I'm GRIZZ, and that's something that I've always wanted to become, and so I'm going to keep it that way. And every single Sunday, I like to put out a podcast. I work with Greg FPS, who's my co-host, and we try to bring on a lot of the big YouTubers that you know that play zombies, just to talk about what's happening, you know, like a basic conversation, and like I'm having with you right now. I would just add somebody into the mix, and we would record that as a podcast. Something I'm not sure I'm going to cover, but it deals with the Easter egg, somewhat of the meta of the game. If you guys team up around the map, you can actually get this Easter egg done a lot faster than you think. Of course, the first step with the rat takes about as much time as it ever does, except for the buff. It increased it a little bit, so it's less time. Still takes a while, because that sucker's got to run all the way across the map. If you've done this a few times, a lot of you Xbox guys still haven't. You know, you got time to wait, but you're watching how it's done, and maybe you already have this map memorized. I don't know. I hope so. I just memorized it today, and this is like my 5th time playing. I do find myself playing a lot of Black Ops 2 on my Xbox One. I'm somebody who has a PC, I have a PS4, and I have an Xbox One. And so on my Xbox One, it's where everything began. Ever since Modern Warfare 2, throwing the throwing knives, getting the gold camo. A lot of you guys might remember that golden time, but that was the time when I was alive. You know, it's funny, the more I think about it, I've kind of always had this marriage going on with Call of Duty. I've kind of went through every single mode since that time period, even through Ghosts, the shitty times through Advanced Warfare, and IWZombies. I went through a whole season pass. I went through a lot of season passes, man. Maybe you have too, you know, it's just, I keep trucking with this zombies mode. I keep believing that it's going to get better, and finally, this year, we've seen it more clearly than ever that we're getting things that we never thought we'd ever get in zombies. And it's just refreshing, especially knowing that a hidden achievement was just added into Infinite Warfare. Yeah, no one's probably going to tell you that either, but I'm really good at my job, because if you look in your barracks under your calling cards, you're going to notice that there's a secret tab. And that secret tab goes alongside Raven the Redwoods and Shaolin Shuffle, and over on the right is your soul challenges for Zombies in Spaceland. But there's a secret tab. This has been added, and I firmly believe this is the first time that we're having an access to seeing where the super Easter egg is going to take place. This is a calling card that you will unlock at the end of the season pass in Infinite Warfare. I'm calling it now. It's something that I think is 100% going to happen, and it's easy to see, at least for somebody like me. I've been around this community for a long time, and I'm starting to understand what's going on. I think this is the time where we're going to see the super Easter egg come to life, and this is the first one that we're ever going to get experience. Maybe in Black Ops 3, when they release DLC 5, we'll see a super Easter egg across all the maps, because it would make sense if it was remastered that some sort of super Easter egg was going to take place. But I think we're going to see our first iteration of it on Infinite Warfare Zombies here with this season pass. So I'll keep you updated on how that's going, but we do have a slot now for where we're going to see a reward for that, and it's under your calling cards under the secret tab, okay? This is going to be for a super Easter egg, and if this changes, I'll be the first to let you know, okay? So there's not a lot of people watching Infinite Warfare Zombies right now, but for you guys checking out my videos, following along on the journey that I'm uploading, thank you for being here. You're a great part of the Zombies community, and every comment that you make on my videos helps us push a little bit further in finding that next Easter egg, making that next guide, and providing you a better gameplay experience moving into YouTube. Because I know you guys are out there wanting to find a place of safe content. I'm not going to fool around with the stuff that I provide. I provide a lot of news for the Zombies community, but more importantly, patch notes that you can trust. Shaolin Shuffle is a good map. I think Infinity War did really good with DLC 2 in this installment throughout the Season Pass. Considering the Season Pass, I'm going to give this map between a 7 and an 8 on a Richter scale, 1 to 10, 10 being the best. But I'll see you guys in the next video. Viollent out!